Why are you here today?
Darling, I want my gay rights now. I think it's about time the gay brothers and sisters got their rights, and especially the women.
Welcome back to Jaja's Atelier. I decided to open up today's episode with just a really beautiful quote by the late, great trans and gay rights activist Martha P. Johnson. It's crazy to hear her talk about wanting her rights, because that's the same conversation we're having so many decades later. It's really sad just the way people who are different are getting treated in this world. And I just hope for better days. But it's been great watching everybody celebrate at all the pride parades and all the parties. The love is much needed and much appreciated. And so, yeah, happy Pride. Today we're going to be talking about the premiere of And Just Like That. We're also going to be talking about my best and worst dress from the BET Awards, aka the Players Ball, dog. Also, Men's Fashion Week. It was the men's season for Fashion Week. Designers absolutely turned it out. And also the new star of the Louis Vuitton ad campaign. So let's get into our episode. So guys, I have to say, Sunday night was the BET Awards. Listen, I remember, now I'm 33 years old, okay? I remember when the BET Awards first aired. I remember the first ever BET Awards. And BET to me is, when I think about BET, it's such a big part of my childhood. And I know for a lot of you that are watching, what the fuck happened to BET? Like, it's people throwing cell phones. It's people with no shoes on. I mean, it was just, when the BET Awards first hit, from the talent that was in the room, from the production value, it was just as equally good as the Oscars, the Grammys. And, you know, back in the day when I was a kid, it wasn't too many award shows for us. Yeah, we had the NAACP Awards and the Soul Train Awards, but they didn't really last long. I don't remember them running for a really long time, but BET always turned it out when it came to the award show. And it just seems like just anything fucking goes. Like, I was just really disappointed. I was disappointed in the behavior. I was disappointed in the wardrobe choices. And I'm not judgy-wudgy or anything, but I'm just saying, I mean, ladies, let's be careful what we deem as black excellence, because the rest of the world is watching. And if that's what we call black excellence. But anyway, let's get into my best and worst dress. I didn't have too many best dress, and I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I will be a little shady and do one worst dress. But my two favorites, I have to say, Coco Jones really just embodies that old school R&B flavor. She just walked on the red carpet with such grace and elegance. She's wearing Laquan Smith. I love this red sequence number on her. She looks absolutely stunning. Her music, I just love the way she carries herself. She really gives me that old school 90s R&B act, like very polished, very well spoken, very well put together, absolutely stunning. And my other choice for best dressed is this artist named Lipscar. Now, I'm not really familiar with her, and I don't know who she's wearing, but I have to say, it was original. She was covered up. She gave the look was a moment. I thought she could have done without the white coat, but I get it. I get it. She has a style all her own. I went to her Instagram and kind of looked at her a little bit and did a little investigating, and I'm really feeling her. I really like her. I really like people that march to the beat of their own drum. I love the corset. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing. Also, I also liked this new girl group. I don't know if you, what is their names? Flow Music. Flow Music. I'll put it in the description if I have it wrong. But these girls, let me tell you something. They were sexy. They showed a lot of skin. But it's just something about their look just brought me back to the old, and they probably hate the comparison, but the old Destiny's Child days when they used to wear the matching outfits. Listen, I'm a nostalgia freak. I love anything old school, and this just brought me back. Their whole aesthetic is really Y2K. It's Y2K nostalgia. I just loved it. I love these girls, and they can really sing. Like, this is not a TikTok act. This is like a real girl group. And we haven't seen a real girl group in a long time. Not like any that I thought that were really going to be anything. No shade, but shade. Okay, so my worst dressed, Brooke Bailey. Girl. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brooke Bailey. Brooke Bailey is, I believe she was like a video vixen. Beautiful chocolate sister. I mean, stacked body, long maven black hair. I mean, she was just so gorgeous. And to see her show up to the award show like this, sis, this won't end. This won't end. I'm all for body positivity and owning your sexuality. And I think it's great that black women can just show that side, because for so long, you know, black women weren't allowed to be sexy. It was deemed inappropriate. It was deemed slutty. But I just think we're just taking it too far. Like, this really made me sad. She's so beautiful, but she's a woman of a particular age, and you can still be sexy and still show your body. But this is just giving me Lot Lizard, like Normandy in Third, stained hoochie. I didn't like it. The color was bad. It was too much makeup. The tattoos. I mean, come on, girl. Girl. It's giving Rudy, Rudy, Roo, Roo. For those of you that don't know, that don't know me very well personally, Rudy, Rudy, Roo, Roo is just another way of saying, like, a hot-ass fucking mess. It's giving Rudy, Rudy, Roo, Roo. It was very cheap. It looked like she had on some Victoria's Secret free panties and some coasters as pasties. I wasn't feeling it. And I thought she deserved better than this. Like, who let her go out the house like that? I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Anyway, so also I want to talk about Coi Leray. Listen, people say that she's like a TikTok star and she's this and she's that and she doesn't have any real talent. I fuck with Coi Leray. I really do. She stays out of the mix. I've seen her. I saw her at the last YSL show, not the men's one that just debuted, but the collection previous to that. And she's just been doing the damn thing. And let me tell you something. She got up on that stage and she really performed. Like, you could tell she's been training for this. Like, she really had a moment. I also loved what she had on. Again, with the Y2K nostalgia, it really brought me back to the good old days of BET when it was all about unity. She had every female rapper that you could think of patched all over. If you could see MC Lyte, Queen Latifah. She even named some of the new girls, Lotto, Flo Milli. I just thought that was really, really sweet. I like stuff like that. It doesn't have to be all the time. You know what I mean? Let's show love to each other, you know? I really like this. I would love to see, like, all the young up-and-coming new female rappers do like a ladies' night, like back in the day when Missy and Lil' Kim and Da Brat did the ladies' night. Oh, Lisa Left Eye Lopez was in it. And then you had like Queen Latifah, Mary J. Blige in the video, bopping. Like, can we just get back to just real art, real music? This other shit is just for the birds. But Coi Leray, shout out to you because you're doing the damn thing, girl. Okay, also, you guys know I'm a Sex and the City fanatic. And I've been waiting for this season 2 premiere of And Just Like That, the spinoff to Sex and the City. Let me say one thing about this premiere. White people, I'm talking to you now. If you have a show and the cast is predominantly white and you want to make your series more inclusive, take notes from whoever the hell the producer is at Sex and the City. The way they integrate Nicole Ari Parker's character, Miranda's professor, who is a black woman. I mean, just the way that it just all came together so seamlessly just blew my mind, because I haven't seen that on a show, I don't think ever. If I'm being honest, me personally, I've never seen such an eclectic ensemble cast and for it to just flow so seamlessly, just like everyday life. You know what I'm saying? So huge shout out to And Just Like That and the producers for really taking the time, figuring out which lingo to use, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. I mean, you could just, if you watched it, you could really tell that the producers and the writers really took their time. Also, if you remember last week, I reported that Kim Cattrall is supposed to be reprising her role as Samantha. But I told y'all she wasn't going to be in episode 1. I told y'all. It's not going to be until the end of the season. Mid to end of the season, we're not going to see Samantha. And it's going to be for a hot fucking second, I'm telling you. Also, they premiered 2 episodes. The first episode was them going to the Met Ball. Carrie had a huge wardrobe malfunction. Her friend tried to make her a dress, honey, and it was all the way fucked up. And at the last minute, she put on her wedding dress from the Sex and the City movie that she wore when she was getting married at the New York Public Library, and Big stood her up. That Vivienne Westwood dress, the 2007 Vivienne Westwood haute couture wedding gown with the bird. Honey, when she pulled the dress out of the closet and out of the box, honey, I cried. What a moment. What an iconic moment. Charlotte is still just as pompous and uppity as only Charlotte could be. I thought Miranda living in LA is just so hilarious because she hates anything other than New York. So I just thought it was just, the whole thing was just absolutely amazing. And reportedly they said for the whole season, the wardrobe budget was up towards $3 million. Of course, you know, Sex and the City is a fashion girl show. You know, you watch Sex and the City, you can see Helmut Lang, Givenchy, anything, Balmain, Balenciaga, anything. So that didn't surprise me at all. That my blouse is open, excuse me. That didn't really surprise me at all. But $3 million, good God. I just wish I could be an assistant in the wardrobe department for that show. Anyway, so in other news, Men's Paris Fashion Week, Men's Paris Milan. I didn't really pay too much attention to London. I got really busy with work, so I didn't really get into London as much. But I will say, I'm going to start off with the show that completely stole the whole fashion season, the much anticipated Louis Vuitton show. As you guys know, Pharrell is the new creative director, taking over for the late, great Virgil Abloh. Listen, Louis Vuitton is not my favorite. It's never really been. It's more of like a hipster thing. But this show, let me tell you, I have not seen Beyonce front row at a fashion show in probably about 10 years. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kim K, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky. I mean, you name it, they were there. Naomi Campbell, Lenny Kravitz, which I wish they would just, the two of them would just go ahead and date. That would be a hot fucking couple. I would watch. But yes, the collection was absolutely stunning. He had a choir. It was on the bridge in Paris. Just, that was a historic show. I haven't seen a show that grand in a really, really long time. Of course, he paid tribute to Virgil Abloh, with an amazing gospel choir. I thought the collection, Pharrell would wear every piece. I've never seen Pharrell. That was Pharrell's closet, basically on the runway. I could see he really, really dug deep and really took this shit seriously. I was skeptical at first. I was like, but if you think about Pharrell, fashion has always been in his wheelhouse. I remember being in high school and he had the ice cream line. And so fashion has always been another facet to Pharrell that I think in order to get this out of him, he just needed the right space and opportunity. And I think him at Louis Vuitton, again, I was skeptical about it at first, but I'm here for it. And I hope he's there for a long time. I want him there for a long time because, listen, Louis Vuitton has had its ups and downs. And I do think that they do need more diversity in Paris. And I think him at Louis Vuitton is just a match made in heaven. And also he performs some of his classic hits with Jay-Z at the end. So it just looked like a great night. June Ambrose was there with Beyonce chatting, you know, having girl time, chatting it up. Everybody looked like they were just having the most amazing time. I really enjoyed that show. Also, the Jacquemus fashion show. I adored the Jacquemus fashion show. Although it wasn't really a men's fashion show, you know, Jacquemus is one of my faves. I loved the shoes. The shoes in this collection were insane. It was an ode to the late Princess Diana, which I kind of was confused about it because when you look at it, I'm thinking more of like a sexy Marie Antoinette vibe. But I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I have no words. I just loved the lace, just the pleasantly awkward silhouettes. I loved it. It was sexy. It was bold. It was very alluring, very elegant at the same time. Now, see, ladies, if you're going to be butt-ass fucking naked in a see-through dress, this is how you fucking do it. This is how you don't go down to the sex store and get fishnet bodycon dresses. You go to Jacquemus. Or go to your nearest thrift store and make something that looks like Jacquemus. I don't know. Also, Anthony Vaccarello for YSL. I adore this man and his work. He really pushed the boundaries of menswear with this collection. I have never seen a muscular man look so fucking good in a one-sleeve halter top in my life. Just, and also, I really loved Rick Owens as well. Rick Owens really turned it out for me. A lot of his stuff I can't see me wearing, but I really appreciate the artistry behind Rick Owens and his line. I just love it. It's just like, let your freak flag fly. Wear whatever you want. And it's who he is, and he stays true to his lane. He never strays. He never tries to fit in. And that's the beauty of Rick Owens, for real, for real. I love Rick Owens. I love all the designers. I appreciate art if it's done correctly and done with respect and honor and not bullshit. So, hey, what's next? What are we going to talk about next? I need more. We need more. We need more. I haven't been here in a while. We need more. Oh, my queen. You guys know Listen, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about her. I think the queen is about to make a fashion comeback. She's been laying low for a while, and I haven't really been feeling her looks. I've been a little disappointed with the queen, beauty icon, business tycoon, Kim Kardashian Esquire is fronting the latest issue of Vogue Italia. On the cover, she's wearing Dolce & Gabbana. As you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but she guest creative directed a collection for Dolce & Gabbana, which had her older sister Courtney seething. But she'll be all right. So I knew exactly. The minute I saw the cover, I said, it's Vogue Italia. She's wearing Dolce & Gabbana. She's also seen in a very sexy Miu Miu look. This is just... It's photographed by Raphael Pavarotti. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I love him, but I never knew how to pronounce his name. God forgive me. And also I.B. Kamara, who is the creative director of Off-White. He styled the shoot impeccably. Impeccable. I'm getting major inspiration from this. And also, Rihanna, a pregnant Rihanna, is starring in the new Louis Vuitton ad campaign. I live for this. When it comes to, you know what? She doesn't have to sing another note for me again. I think she's found her lane, and I think she should stick with this because, honey, the notes weren't always noting when she was singing. I mean, I love her songs, but she's not the best vocalist in the world. This is her lane. This is definitely her lane. I think this is probably the first time that Louis Vuitton has ever had a pregnant woman in an ad campaign, and probably the first time, a black woman at that. I lived for it. I lived for it. Well, that was episode 3. I had to do a quick episode because I had to just catch up with you guys. I will be back again Friday. We have a lot more to talk about. Friday, on the next episode, episode 4, I will be taking you inside my wardrobe for my latest editorial. And also, I will have a special guest. Hopefully, fingers crossed. You guys just have to bear with me. I'm fairly new to this, but I'm true to this. So we're just going to keep on forging ahead. It's been wonderful to chat with you guys about all the latest stuff going on in fashion. And catch me again Friday. Ciao.